jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun. Hello, everybody.
They don't want to hear me sing.
Woo! Well, they might pay you to stop singing. They could pay me to stop singing.
No, you sing better than I do.
It could be bad. It's no gift.
I've got some skills, but
It's
that
no
ain't,
gift.
that ain't one of them.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi, everybody. How you guys doing?
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this last Sunday before the big day of Christmas.
Yes.
So I know it's cold in a lot of places.
It's cold here.
And a lot of but not like in other places.
No,
there's no snow here.
There's no snow.
No, I haven't seen any ever here. Ever. So we are fortunate to be much warmer than many other people. So we are thankful for that. Sorry for everybody who's freezing right now.
Yeah.
I know that's rough. 43 in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, it's cold.
That's still not bad compared to some people. I know I spoke to my son this week and he was talking about some temperatures in the teens over there in Fargo. So I was like, whoo, I don't know about all that. I don't think I can do it. Yeah. Hi, Jenny, 78 and sunny here in Texas. Woo!
Yeah,
that's like Florida temperature, South Florida, to be exact.
Yeah. So where are we? We did tell people in the last live where we were going.
22 in Ohio. Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. So we are.
I'm gonna put this down so I don't annoy everybody.
There's a hint if you can see through the window there where we are. Anybody?
It's kind of hard to see.
If you're from the area, you may know that scene.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
We've never visited here before, but we have driven through a couple times.
Yes, and we talked about always coming back here when and if we ever were RVers.
Yes.
And now we are here.
We are. So we are still in Florida, actually.
Florida.
But we aren't
Christmas in Florida.
We're not far from two other state lines, though. We're not far.
That should be easy to figure out.
Yeah. So we're in Eglin Air Force Base, and that is in the Fort Walton Beach / Destin area. That's where we're at.
And it is beautiful. There's water all the way, well, almost all the way around our campsite. So
yeah, we did a quick short yesterday from the campsite, and it pans 270 degrees all the way around is all water. It's just a little 1-minute clip. If you go out and go back and look at our, not right now, but after this is over, go back and look at our short. There's a short where we actually pan all the way around. It's 1 minute, and that'll show you what's outside.
That was close. So 1 minute, he said.
Yeah. Boom. Got it all gauged.
Got PTSD here.
Yeah, we have not
talking with his hands. And I got a duck.
We've not yet been into the towns to see them, but we will. We've only been here a couple days. So there's two campsites here actually. There's the fam camp over
campgrounds.
Or there's two campgrounds here. Yes, the main fan camp over on the base, the main part of the base is where we went first, and then we took a ride over here in the Jeep, and we decided we're going to move over here, and this is over at the Postal Point. They call it Postal Point. They spell it kind of funny, POST''L, no A. So Postal Point, and there's just 20 campsites over here. It has a dump station, but no sewer on the sites. And that's what attracts people to the other campground where there's 60 sites. All the sites have sewer dump on the site. For us, that's not a major thing to decamp and drive around and dump. So we like this area. It's quieter over here.
There's only a couple other campers here too.
Yeah, there's 20 sites here, but there's only about 5 of us here.
Yeah, so it's pretty thin over here, and it's nice and quiet, and you get that beautiful ocean breeze.
Yeah. Now, the other campground, some of the things that weren't mentioned is that it's located in the flight path of those jets.
It was really loud.
It's loud over there, especially during the week. So it gets very loud over there. It gets so loud over there you can't even hear the TV or hear a conversation. You have to stop, wait for them to fly over, and then continue.
I haven't heard any of that over here.
Over here, yeah, but we've only been here Saturday and Sunday. They're not flying.
Friday we were over here.
Were we over here Friday? Okay. It wasn't as loud. It's about 3 miles further away. We're not in the
It makes
path.
quite
it
a
makes
difference.
a big difference. Yeah.
Plus, it's such a more beautiful view with the water.
Mm-hmm.
So, hello, what the hells?
What the hells? What the hells?
Saying hello to all the beautiful people out there.
Yep.
I see Jason in the chat. He says it's pretty cold over there in Fairbanks.
Yeah, I would expect so. It's pretty dark too, isn't it?
Ooh, that'd be a different experience. Cold and dark.
They have like the shortest, I don't know the exact date of today, but it's real close to the shortest day of the year where they only get about an hour and a half of daylight.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you,
Santa
Jason.
says Merry Christmas and hello to everyone from the North Pole. We love
Thanks,
you, Jason.
You didn't have to do that, but
He's
we
so
greatly
sweet.
appreciate it. Yeah. Very nice indeed.
I miss Jason.
So, what did we do this week?
I felt like we did a lot this week. I was thinking back and I'm like, holy moly, it's been quite a week. I know when we were in Otter Creek, a lot of people mentioned that it was hard to catch up with us because we were never at our campsite.
Yeah, we didn't spend much time there.
So, Skipper's in the chat.
Hey, Skipper, how you
doing? Hey,
doing?
yo.
I have been catching some of your videos. I just don't always catch you when you're live. But I go back and read through them, or I scroll and see if you got any hot topics, hot button topics.
Like hot potatoes?
Yeah, but I check on it. We should be getting busy this week. We have to figure out what we're doing in these.
I know we got to a new location and we're kind of like just kind of resting up a little bit because we were going over there in Otter Creek. So what are some of the things we did this past week? Well, last Sunday we were in Cedar Key riding around with Jeremy and George and checking out all the damage still from the hurricanes, and it was pretty sad. I didn't expect to get as sad as I did looking at everything. When you're far away and I saw other people's videos and I was looking at it and I'm like, that's, it's sad, but I got sad to the point like, you get misty-eyed and everything. And it's just like, wow, when you're actually there looking at it and you're like, that building's just gone. And this is gone and that's gone. And you start thinking about all the people that live there and all the differences, and it was really sad. But I know they'll rebuild. It'll just take time. But
I think a really good part of that video too, if you watch that video, go back and check it out. It was fun to make, and actually it was pretty entertaining to watch. That's one of the few I went back and watched again because I liked it. It was just fun.
And it was the funnest time I've ever had actually in Cedar Key, even though we were looking at so much devastation. Spending time with good friends and riding our e-bikes, it was one of the best experiences I've had in Cedar Key.
Yeah.
So I know, like I said, I know they'll rebuild. It just takes time and money, but there's a lot of love in that town, so it'll definitely happen.
A shout out to Deanna. She's in the chat. Hi, Deanna.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Deanna. Yes, we were racing. I don't know who the winner was. And there was one little crash, which I'm surprised I'm not the person who crashed because that's usually me. I'm a fumble nuts myself.
Yeah.
And actually, I have been there on a regular bike and crashed on that same boardwalk by myself. So it wasn't me this time.
I didn't even see that crash. That happened behind me.
I know. I actually crashed into Jeremy.
And if I turned to look at it, I would have crashed.
Sorry. Oops.
I heard it, and you could hear it in the video, so it was still funny.
I'm glad nobody seriously got hurt.
Yeah.
But that's why, like Jeremy said, you don't stop and look behind you.
Yeah, I did.
Bam!
I was trying to record going down the boardwalk, and the boardwalk was really narrow. Like,
yes,
if you went 4 inches off either side, your handlebar would hit it and flip, and flip.
And there's like a PVC pipe, and I know when I had wrecked on my regular bike there before, my hand had hit that PVC pipe coming in fast, and it like burnt my skin off when it hit. It was really painful.
And if you're in the Cedar Key area and you haven't been out there in a while, You may or may not know this, but there's a disc golf course in the back by the cemetery.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that's
it's
over
kind
there.
of a hidden little gym, and there's a boardwalk back there, a long boardwalk.
Cedar Key is bigger than most people know, and they usually just hit that one path. But there's like another part to the island over here with a museum
you go over
and
by
everything.
The high school and then go west of the high school. Then there's more stuff over there.
And back by that boardwalk, there's like another little boardwalk that has a U shape and just a beautiful view over there. So, and riding your bikes around the island or a golf cart is, I think, the best ways to get around down there. So you get to see a lot more. But we did have a ton of fun, and it was super great seeing so many of our friends that we've missed so much. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a fun week. In fact, we went out to eat with our friends several times.
Yeah, we got to eat barbecues.
Yeah.
And
ABC
Pizza. That was super fun.
We did our last live from ABC Pizza. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun. We even had this wonderful couple that drove down from Gainesville to buy us some dessert pizzas and bring back to the schoolhouse for everybody. And that was so sweet of them to do. And if you guys are watching, thank you so much again. That just warms our hearts.
Yeah, that was some good pies there they had.
They were. I've never tried any of their dessert pizzas, but they had this Bavarian pizza that was good. And then what was the other one? Like an apple.
Like an apple.
Almost like a Dutch apple pie.
Dutch apple, that's what it was.
Yes, they were. They were definitely so good.
So we took them right back.
There's nothing bad at ABC Pizza.
Yeah, we took them back to the schoolhouse and shared them with everybody. So Jeremy and George, they had
everybody got to partake in the yumminess. But I love ABC Pizza. It's probably a good thing we don't live closer to it because they have these pizza pockets that are so good. The spanky bread is like
Yeah.
And then of course the Al Capone pizza, the calzones. I could go on and on. But I must leave ABC in the back for a while. Probably gained a few pounds there.
So we do have a lot to talk about, believe it or not. I got like 2.5 pages of notes. A lot of them are coming from.
We didn't finish what we did.
No, we haven't finished.
Okay.
That. But we're kind of leading into it.
Are we?
So we had a town hall meeting last week as well. That was on Tuesday night there in Otter Creek. And I think it went pretty well overall.
Yeah, it was a fast meeting.
There were some questions that came to us.
I know a lot of people have questions about the meeting. So, I asked everybody, if you've got questions, let us know. We'll answer these questions and debunk some lies while we're at it.
Yeah. Not debunk. Oh, wrong shirt.
Yeah. You don't have the shirt.
I don't have the shirt, so.
Nice try,
Try to
buddy.
play that off, right?
And of course, we have some questions still about the festival. And then we left Otter Creek Thursday morning to head to where we are now in Destin. So, and it was a nice drive.
Yeah.
No issues. That's always nice.
So I think the first question, we'll just start hitting some of these questions, and some of them may bring up other questions you may have. But a good question was asked: was there anyone who attended the festival or the Christmas in the Creek that was not either part of the vendors or part of the helping crew
that live in the town?
That live in the town, like did anyone else? We really had to scratch our heads and go, "Oh, nope, that was a vendor. Nope, they were helping. Nope, they were helping. Who's left?"
I did see the gentleman who lives at the crab plant property, and I think his name might be Jim. We were trying to figure it out and remember.
We'll call him Jim.
That guy was there. He was walking around with Richard, and Richard did attend to. He was picking up some trash, so he wasn't getting paid to do it, so I guess he would have attended too.
Yeah, I guess, we've got
when you look at it that way.
But Richard we saw there. Jim, we'll call him Jim, we saw there. Joy was there.
I did not see her, but I heard she was there.
I saw her.
So she was there. And what's the crab plant? Yes, for the people who don't know, there used to be a crab plant, and some might not know the gentleman Bob Martin who owned that property. He used to attend some of the meetings. He'd ride his little wheelchair.
He had the
There,
long beard at the
he was
time.
a veteran, but for those of you who haven't been watching that long and don't know all that, it is a property that is, it butts up to Shady Oaks in the back. So that's the property, and everybody just calls it the old crab plant.
Shop, even though it's not being functioned as one anymore.
No. So that's the long story for that. Yes. The guy that yelled at Jeremy once.
Yep.
That guy.
That guy. And hello, Anchorage. We saw you in the
Good
chat
memory there. Yeah, so those are the ones I saw there. There was a lot of people that were helping, like Ellie, she was a vendor, and Carl and Rex were helping.
Yeah.
Belinda and her husband were helping.
And Doug were helping. Yeah, they were volunteering. Who else from
the town was even there helping?
Rex's wife,
Janelle helped set up,
she
was there that day as well. Deborah Thomas helped set up. She did a lot of work there.
Mary Beth, living in the campground, was there too, and she was helping. At least one day I saw her. Then who was the other? You mentioned the lady that lives behind her in the campground. Deborah Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned her? Okay, she was there.
Where were you?
She was helping. I was here, but I was thinking.
Oh my goodness. He can't multitask. You heard it here.
I can. It's Sunday. I choose not to.
Don't believe that.
Debunked. One at a time.
Debunked.
One at a time. One at a time. Multitasking starts Mondays. So I think that was it as far as who attended. Now, any significant names that you...
And of course, all the Hudson sisters.
They were there.
Don't forget them. They were there doing so much stuff.
They had a vendor booth.
Yeah, they were handing out the bags with the candy and everything. They are such a blessing, and they just had so much fun seeing all the little ones and handing out bags, and we all love getting hugs from them. They are so sweet.
Yeah, they're good people.
So hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. It's hard sometimes while you're trying to think. And of course, Zim was there. He was working.
Running around mostly, coordinating.
Yep. And
doing what business people do. On the phone.
Making sure everything's going right and putting out fires, that type of stuff. So... what else?
I guess we'll just jump as some of these questions might...
It'll just go bing, 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 because people were asking questions all over the board.
We just wrote them down as we remembered them. So people asked to...
cheers.
Cheers.
Someone was asking about all those beautiful pictures. Yes, Travis and Julia were there.
That's right. They don't live in
they don't live in the town, but they were still there. People were asking about all those beautiful old pictures that Belinda had put together for the town. They noticed they were not on the walls anymore. And I did ask Belinda about those. They recently had painted the ceiling in the town hall, so she had to take those down so they didn't get paint all over them. So they will be getting hung back up. Don't worry. All that hard work will not go to waste. They will be put back up. I was hoping I'd actually get to see them. So she told me I'll have to come visit again to see those on the wall. So in the future, they'll be back on the walls. I'm not sure exactly when, but they will. And maybe next time we're in town, we'll get a glimpse of them.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people made comments about the Hudson sisters not getting recognized by Zim in the meeting when he was thanking everybody. And I would hope that that was only error that he forgot.
I think just an oversight. There were so many people involved.
Right. I doubt it was anything intentional. I'm sure it was just an oversight. I think kind of his whole thing where he was talking about things and thank you. I don't think he had notes on those things. So I think it was just spur of the moment type of thing.
Yeah, sometimes you don't.
And if he had notes, I'm sure they would have been in the notes. But since he didn't have notes, he probably just forgot And by the end of the day, at that time of night, you're tired and all that. But I can guarantee you that he appreciates all the hard work that they did, knowing it was.
Prayers for a baby that was lost in Esther last night.
Oh,
I just caught that.
well, that's sad.
Prayers for that family.
Absolutely.
Hope you guys recover quickly. I know that's
so
rough.
sad. That is rough
So
when a
they're
child
probably
goes
neighbors.
before the
That's,
parents.
why I wanted to give extra attention to that.
But I totally lost my whole choo-choo train now.
Choo-choo. Which is another mention.
But anyway, so we are very thankful for the Hudson sisters. I know everybody in that town is thankful. All those children are certainly thankful. They are a wonderful group of ladies. We love you guys. It was great seeing everybody once again and getting a bunch of hugs from them. They're super sweet and they have a lot of love to share.
Yeah.
So, you wanted to talk about choo-choo trains?
Choo-choo trains. So there was also a question about the festival is called the train festival.
The train festival.
But you wouldn't know that if you were there because there was nothing that really tied the vendors to the town with a train.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking us, did you see anything about trains? I know it was supposed to be a train festival. So going through there, I can say we saw nothing about trains there. We just wanted to relay that back to you guys. A lot of people were asking about that. I did expect to see some kind of booth at least that had some history with trains. I didn't see that.
I didn't see a link to the name of the festival at all. It could have been a cutout. It could have been a board. It could have been a sign. Yeah. It could have been an actual railroad car.
So,
but nothing.
And being the first year that they're putting this on, it's a whole learning curve. Yeah. So there's something that they can improve upon next year is to actually have a booth with some train information. Somebody did say that there was supposed to be a train for the kids to ride and it got damaged in a hurricane, so they weren't there. But even outside of that, a booth with some history and all that stuff. Yes, Travis had train whistles, but in the future, I would hope for future years that they would have an informational booth to give out some history of the town and all of that to tie it all in.
I think the town could have had a booth.
Yeah, certainly town hall should have had a booth, I believe.
Yes.
So
I agree with
that would be nice, but everything's a learning curve. So I'm sure they have some good things they saw that were successful and some things that they saw could be improved upon. That's the way you should be looking at things.
Yes, a mention of that. Now, this is me talking here. This is not a question that someone asked. But I think during the meeting there should have been, this is what the Army calls an AAR, an after action review. Give me your 3 ups and your 3 downs. In other words, tell me 3 things that you think went well, that we did well. With the planning, coordinating, the execution of the festival, and what are 3 things we could improve on. That's the only way you're going to get better, is to encourage a discussion with the board, which comes to another question: why members can't ask questions at the board. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I think you should be able to engage with the board. It's a small town. If this was a town of 50,000 people, then it needs to be a little more structured because you have time slots and you got to stick to that time. But in a town where you're begging people to come to the meetings and tell us,
I think they should absolutely be encouraging questions, answering questions. I mean, they did make a mention, Carl did during the meeting, of wanting people in the town to get involved and attend the meetings, and they want feedback and this and that. Well, you kind of got to have questions and all that and entertain that for that type of interaction. So I'm not really sure where the disconnect is with that and what exactly happened to prompt that kind of response to comments only. And if you don't fill out this card, you can't talk. Like I said, I know they need to state their name and stuff for the minutes, but being that it's a small town,
everybody already knows everybody.
Yeah, and if you need to know, you just ask them. But I always encouraged questions and comments hopefully in the future that disconnect that's happening can get fixed, because you do need the feedback from your citizens to make your town better. That's the way it should be. But yeah, it probably had something to do with Don the Con. You're right on that, Sharon. But you can't make everybody pay for one person, or you shouldn't make everybody pay for that one person. So hopefully that gets improved upon as time goes by.
And people were asking why is the meeting so short? And
Yeah.
because there's only 3 or 4 departments, depending on how they want to do it.
Hi, expert. Thank you.
Yep. Hi, expert.
I'm not used to wearing hats.
It's a Christmas theme. So they have 3 or 4 departments. You have the water department, which is really the only department they have. 2, you would have police, which they don't have one. Then you'd have fire department. They don't have one. And then you might have maintenance, safety, and other issues like that to be the 4th department. So they did have some safety mentions about the lights that they put in around the town. That's great.
Yeah, he did good with a kind of little end of year report.
Yeah, I like that. I like the end of year report.
I think you should kind of have a monthly report where you talk about things, because you need to, as a group, again, discuss what's going right and what's going wrong and what you need to improve upon.
The 3 ups and
all
3
of
downs.
that.
Yep.
So you should be doing that monthly. I always like to talk about that, because that's the time to let everybody in the town know exactly what's going on. What kind of hurdles do we have coming? Where is our money going? All those type of things. It's important information. How do you expect people to get interested in your town if you're not sharing what's going on in the town? You know, have something to celebrate. Right. Talk about your failures at everything. It's all important.
Now, I know Zim likes to keep everything positive and doesn't like to talk about the negative, but I really think you need to talk about all of it.
Well, you do.
Because any negative can be addressed. There's an answer for it.
Anytime you have a failure, that's your chance to improve.
Yes.
So you have to. You have to talk about those things. I mean, there's not one person on this planet that doesn't have failures, but those are lessons for you to improve.
That's how you learn. Yeah.
Right. I mean, look at any millionaire, billionaire, and ask them how many failures they've had, and I'm pretty sure they can list quite a few.
So outside of the water, which he says we'll get back to that, but then he never really did.
So I'm assuming by that there's really no change and nothing to talk about.
So, do we know if the filters are in place? Do we have clean water? We don't know.
No.
And he didn't address it. He didn't go back to it. And that's really the only thing the town really needs to report on is the water. Primarily, number one. That's the number one department. That's really their only function. If you take out the water and you put in the pipeline,
what's Otter Creek
there's nothing left.
On?
There's nothing left.
So I don't know, but I do think there is definitely room for improvement. I think it's great that the festival happened, that they were able to raise the $2,500.
That's great. That's good news.
There was positive stuff and interactions going on. There was no hiccups that day with any safety issues. There was no bad things to report. So I think that's great for sure. I know they were talking about how they raise money, and another person asked, is it true that vendors got refunded because there wasn't a good turnout? And yes, that is true.
That's true. Yep.
So I had overheard when we were at one of the booths talking to someone, they were going around refunding vendors. So which is good, because I know the vendors did a lot of hard work setting up and paying to go there. And if you don't really get any sales, that's got to be a huge bummer. Yeah. As much fun as it is to get out there and socialize and see everybody, the vendors are there to make money. So they're not getting paid from hellos.
Again, this is just me. So if you want to bash me, bash me. But this comes from me again. I think there could have been more advertising. Now, we know that they did the pamphlet handouts, but we don't know to what extent they got passed out, like how far.
Our t-shirt sizes are extra large. Go ahead.
So I think there could have been more digital footprint advertising. I know Zim is not that guy really with the digital. He doesn't do Facebook or any of that.
So hopefully in the future somebody on the board can step up
And I know
and help
somebody
with
on the
that.
board who could have done it, but either they weren't tasked to do it or they didn't volunteer to do it. And Laura Mott knows how to set up a website. I've been on her websites when she was running for position. Yes.
Yeah, people were definitely there for the freebies.
They were there. So
I think that's why in the future they should separate Christmas in the Creek and the festival.
Yes, and I know that was their original intention.
Yeah.
But by putting them together, you had one event. Now you have the whole year and nothing.
So in the future, next year, I would see Christmas in the Creek being separate from the festival.
Yes, and have a theme for your festival and be able to back up your theme. Have a train, have something that ties it to a train festival.
Choo choo.
If that's what you're going to call it, you know.
So, yep, there's a few improvements that can definitely be made.
I think the advertisement, the flyer that went out, I saw it really late. In fact, we were already there when I saw it.
That brochure?
That brochure went out late.
And I had heard, I know they had some signs that were around Chiefland, but I heard from some of the locals that those signs really didn't go up until a day or two before the festival.
Yeah, you got to start talking about this thing at least 2 months out.
And social media is where everybody's at. Everybody's looking at their phones. They don't read the paper. They don't pay attention to signs on the side of the road, because let's face it, we just came out of an election, and signs on the side of the road, everybody's sick of seeing them. So they just ride past it without even reading it, because they just think, oh, it's another political candidate sign. They don't really pay attention to it.
And you can't really read them anyway.
Yeah, you're going fast. So you've got to get out there on social media. That's huge. Huge.
We kind of lost our chat there, I think.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm so sorry.
So,
but yes, it's definitely trial and error.
I think it needs to be posted at least in the Facebook groups. And you can hit every Facebook group in the county, and there's several. And then you can hit, I think you could at least do that to all the I think that county and the neighboring county. So not just Levy County, but Dixie and Gilchrist, Citrus, all those counties, Alachua, could have been hit with this festival opportunity, and it would have got more people.
But yeah, again, next year, hopefully, because I know they were talking about still needing to raise money to do more lights on 3rd Street. And the only way to raise money would be to do another festival or something. So definitely it gives them an idea. But I think for their first festival, all in all, it went very well.
Yes, I'm not trying to bash anything. This is 3 ups, 3 downs. So we're giving you the goods. We're giving you the things that they could use improvements on. And hopefully next time they cover that and it does better.
Yep. And it's just another good reason why it's good for everybody to talk. I know I would have probably liked to hear them discuss within the board, like he was saying, there are 3 ups and 3 downs, or have the mayor ask the board members what their viewpoints were and what they see, and get a discussion going back and forth. I know everybody just wants to get in and out of there, slam the meeting out really fast, but you're there once a month to talk.
Once a month.
At least give it the hour. And it was a half an hour meeting, and one board member showed up halfway through. So
they're spending $500, $525 for these 5 members. Okay, if one doesn't show up, $425 for a 20-minute discussion. You need to have some substantive discussions. If you're going to pay the money, you might as well have some substantive discussions and some remarks and maybe some action, because you're paying for it. So that's my 2 cents.
Yep. And a lot of people were asking, were there a lot of toys left over? How many toys were left over?
I didn't count them,
but yes,
more than half.
There were a lot of toys left over.
Lots of toys left over.
And people are asking, what's going to happen with all those toys? Are they going to be donated to charity? What's going on? Well, it's the same as last year. They'll be saved for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So last year there was leftover toys that were saved for this year. This year, whatever leftover toys will go to next year.
Yep.
So they're going to be stored safely for more fun next year.
Yep.
And again, hopefully the Christmas in the Creek and the festival are separated. I think that would be good in my opinion. But I'm not really on the planning committee, so however they do it is however they do it.
So Zim was also talking about, he had mentioned that he had gotten some favorable comments from the YouTubers that were there. So that's good.
No, about the YouTubers that were there, from the people visiting.
Correct. Is that not what I said?
No, you said from the YouTubers.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. From the participants at the festival about the YouTubers. So that was good that he shared that. And then when he said that, I kind of blurbed in, and I knew you could tell he wanted to cut me off right there, but I was trying to add a little information to the topic he was discussing, saying that outside of the people that were there in person, there were also 25,000 views on just our channel at the time of the festival and Christmas in the Creek, because we combined them. So we had a live stream going on, and we also did a video in addition to the live stream. And there were 25,000 people that saw it just from us. So thank you for those supporters, and that was to attribute to the town. That was something that Zim could say, oh yes, and we had, it was another thing to help Zim out with the meeting to get more stuff.
If you're doing good, positive things,
yeah,
YouTube can
he
only
almost cut me off.
YouTube can only show what you're really doing. So if you're doing bad stuff, that's what it's going to show.
Yeah.
If you're doing good stuff, that's what it's going to show. So make sure you're doing good stuff.
You mean accountability?
Do the right thing.
Are you saying cameras provide accountability?
They sure do.
They absolutely do.
They sure do. So,
All right.
We're going back to that side.
Yeah, probably so.
Brett's notes are all over the place.
Yeah, my notes are kind of all over.
Skipper's got a lot of great ideas there.
Yeah, we talked about all them, didn't we?
You sure did. I see another thing you have wrote down.
Yeah. So some people were asking about the Trespass 5 and had there been a court date set up yet. And according to our emails, February 5th is the date. So 2:00.
Does that mean we got to go back to Florida, I guess?
I don't know if that means that, because it could be that we just...
Maybe that's when I'll see the pictures on the wall at Town Hall, is in February, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
To spread some love.
Or maybe we can zoom in, because,
Maybe I can get a heart full of chocolates.
We can answer questions on the Zoom. We don't have a problem with that.
Well, it's all about how they want to do it and what I think at this point they might not be entertaining any Zoom participation.
Yeah. Some other people that went before us,
and that's
have ruined that privilege.
That's completely fine for me. Yeah, I got a house on wheels, baby.
It's no big deal. We can be there.
I'll drive my house right there.
Be there or be square.
I still, to this point, I don't know who's been served and who hasn't been served, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't keep track of any of that, so I can't really answer that question. What else?
We do have a debunk.
Oh, that's a huge debunk.
I don't have the shirt, but Jeremy, throw up your shirt for me. Debunk. Debunk. Here's a big debunk.
Okay, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I mean, people come up with some lies, but this one really takes the cake.
They absolutely just make
talking
up stuff.
About us flipping off a child.
A 5-year-old.
What am I? Like a 12-year-old?
Yeah,
I don't even flip off anybody. What good would it do me to flip somebody off? You look like a fool.
Yeah.
So no, we did not flip anybody off. Debunked. Like, who would even flip off a child? Like, that's the most insane lie I have ever heard. And I can say, how could I have even flipped any one of them off when I never even saw any one of them?
I never saw any of them.
So, debunked.
Debunk.
Never saw any one of them. How could I flip them off? And I don't do that. Like, that's childish, and you get nothing from it. And you look like a fool.
And to be honest, a 5-year-old's not going to understand what that is, or shouldn't understand.
Well, no, she shouldn't. But
this 5-year-old probably does know what it is because she sees it every day.
Like that. That was the most ridiculous thing I have heard, as well as that we were trying to lure them to the festival so that we could call Jeremy to come and cause problems.
One, Jeremy wasn't going to be there. He said he wasn't going to be there.
He said many of times that he had no intention of being there.
Me calling him isn't going to bring him over there because the same reason that he's not going to be there exists.
So I believe a lot of you guys were asking if anybody brought presents over to Harley and left them at the fence for her. And what we said was it was open to the public. Anybody could attend. She was more than welcome to come there. Anybody could have brought her, just like any other person on the planet could have come because it was open to the public.
Yeah, it's public.
But it would be foolish for any one of us to have brought presents and left them anywhere for her.
Can you just imagine
that
how
would
that
cause
would have got spun?
That would have caused a lot of problems.
That would have been trespassing. Two, it would have got spun 100 ways to Sunday.
Do we think? Because I believe Brett said it would be nice to see her there.
I would like to have seen her come
because
and participate. I would like to see her.
Anybody would like to see her.
Yeah.
Go to functions like any other normal kid can do.
Yeah.
And enjoy things. So in that respect, it would be nice to see her partaking in those things.
Because we saw her go to the when we were at the campground, the church had a fall festival.
And she attended
and
she had a blast.
The daughter came and had a blast. It was fun watching her have fun.
So everybody on the planet was invited. It was open to the public. Nobody gave any special invitation to anybody.
No, it wasn't
nobody
my festival.
Was trying
I was a guest too.
to lure anybody there.
We were guests.
We're simply stating it was open to the public, that they could have brought her there and collected toys if it was that important. All the neighbors there could have brought her, whoever. Not my business, but that's the answer to that question.
Now,
any one of them could have came and got toys for
Ron
her.
Just said, she's not coming there. I actually, about 20% of me thought that she might come. There was nothing there preventing her from coming.
Whether she did or whether she didn't.
Right. That's on her.
That's
on her.
We have nothing to do with that.
We have nothing to do with that.
So that's the answer to that. That's another debunking. We absolutely weren't trying to lure anybody there. We gave no special invitations to anybody. We said everybody could come.
Part of me was hoping to see her come. And I wouldn't have put the camera on her.
Well, I think anybody would have liked to see as many children come as possible. That was the whole point of it.
If I would have been able to catch it. But if you're looking through a camera and you're going down the line and she's in it, it's too late.
But I don't know what that has to do with anything because she's in a lot of people's videos apparently.
Yeah.
So
other YouTubers have
I don't see what the problem
so
with that is either.
Right.
So I don't have any harmful wishes for anybody. That's not how I spend my time. I pray for people that need prayer, and I think that's the whole planet. The whole planet needs prayer, so including myself. Everybody does.
Apparently she's going to have a whole bunch of toys.
Yeah. So
more than she knows what to do
yeah,
with.
so what's the problem? That's great.
It's just sad that she couldn't partake with the other kids her age and have fun with the festive and see Santa.
I
all
think it
that's
would be
missing.
great if she
It
could
would have
be
been
around
fun.
more children her age.
Right. That's
That
the
would be
biggest
great.
thing that she's missing, really, is the with her age part.
So that was, I don't know if there was any other questions that needing any debunking.
That one just got
that
her.
was just unbelievable.
It looks like they just
lies that are made up and the spin that puts on things. It's crazy.
They just take mud pies and they throw it at the wall to see what sticks.
I guess. I just can't imagine how anybody could be that miserable that you just want to
Thanks, expert.
cause problems and be nasty.
Why not be happy? It's
talk
Christmas.
A bunch of garbage.
It's Christmas time.
We'll continue to pray for all those folks.
Yep.
Just like I pray for everybody else. It's terrible. It's miserable.
And
again, I don't pay attention to all that
and what's the
garbage, but we do get stuff sent to us.
And what's the end state? What's the goal of being all that ugliness? What's the goal?
I have no idea.
Does that get them something? Does it get them a win in court? No.
Maybe they just enjoy
That's
that.
not going to happen.
I don't know.
Is that just
what? I don't waste my time thinking about it.
Right. What it does do, it tells you who they are. I mean, I feel sorry for them. Like, it's really bad. You just got to pray that someone can soften their heart and they can figure out that these things don't matter and there's a bigger picture. Your existence on earth and having a relationship with Jesus Christ is way more important than all this petty stuff that's going on.
That's very true.
It's sad. But,
so, everybody needs a little Jesus. You see
the little Jesus?
You see the little Jesus back here? I don't know if you can see it. Well, right here. Oh, you're going to pull him out? Oh, look how pretty that sky is behind us. Y'all see that? That's super pretty. Everybody needs a little Jesus.
Little Jesus.
So, Jesus is in, everybody.
Yep.
Turtles are out.
Turtles
Jesus
are out.
is in.
I can't get it to stay.
Now my Jesus will just have to be over here. But yeah, it's going to be Christmas this week. I can't believe how fast this year is flying by.
Yeah.
I am shocked because we sold the campground in, was it January?
January.
And
so it's been almost
it's almost been a whole year, and it just flew by.
Yeah, 2 weeks shy of a year. And the campground's doing great. It's full.
Yep.
When we left, that left 2 spots.
Yeah,
left.
gators are out too. Yep.
Yep.
Jesus is in.
Out too. And apparently the Tennessee Volunteers are out too. But you know what?
Bummer.
There's always next year. Hopefully they learned something from it and they did their 3 ups and 3 downs. And
where will we be for Christmas Day?
Probably gonna be right here.
We're gonna be right here because they're having a great Christmas meal at the DFAC.
Mm-hmm.
And Brett loves eating at the DFAC.
This DFAC is an Air Force DFAC. I'm not used to the way the Air Force does the DFACs. I think it's a little weird, but everything in there.
Date night at the DFAC.
Yeah. You wouldn't even know it's a military dining hall because it's all a la carte.
It's a little bougie.
It's bougie. You go in, you can order subs, and they got health stuff like crazy. And it's just different from when I was in the military, where you go in and you get what they serve you. You go down the line, they throw it on your plate. I really don't. I like not having to make those choices. If they're having meatloaf, give it to me. That's what I'm having tonight. But when you go there, you have 100 choices, if not more.
Yes, Jamie, thank you.
And it's really like walking into a food court. You got so many different kinds of foods, and there's just too much, and you can't decide. And I don't like it. I don't like the a la carte theme. But
Brett doesn't like having so many choices.
I don't like that many choices. Hey, the military makes it easy. They tell you what to wear. They tell you where to be. They tell you what time to be
He
there.
doesn't like when I'm telling him what to do.
You don't have to think. You just have to show up.
Why don't you like when I'm telling you what to do?
Now you may have to show up early sometimes, 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, but at least it's easy. You get up, you get you know what to wear, and you get there on time. If you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. I guess Laura Mott didn't get that memo because she missed the meeting.
Yeah,
missed the
she
whole
was
meeting.
more than half of the meeting late.
Yeah.
I know there was a question I saw fly by, and now I forgot what it was. Short.
Mark Feathers, 15 minutes. That's how late she was, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And the whole meeting was 30 minutes. She didn't. They voted on several things, and she didn't even get to vote. Like, why was she there? When she walked in, they could have said, "Ah, we got it. Go ahead home."
Get her check.
We're not. Oh, yeah, to get her check.
Oops.
No, boy.
A lot of people have been asking who did play the Grinch. So the Grinch was played by the same gentleman as last year. I don't know his name.
I don't remember his name, but I know his face. We saw him there before he got dressed.
So I don't know his name, but yeah, it was the same guy who played the Grinch last year. I know a lot of people were saying, was that Jeremy? No.
No.
It was not Jeremy. Jeremy, oh, he says his name is John.
John.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
It was John. So
there you go.
Jeremy was not at the festival, so it definitely wasn't him. It was John. Laura Mott was not at the festival.
That's sad, though. One of your board members not showing up at the festival that's supposed to be the festival for your town. The rest of them were there. The rest of them were even working.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, that should tell you something, Otter Creek, when you go to vote. I don't know what. I don't know what else you need. Shall we do mail? We've got mail.
Is that what you deliver your mail in? You know, those gas tanks
is,
don't hold
man.
much. When I first started at the post office, there was a couple people who had those that they delivered out of, and it doesn't fit anything in there. The gas tanks are too small. Nope, I did not see Gail at the festival. As a matter of fact,
Nope.
I didn't see Gail the whole time we were in Otter Creek.
Nope.
So
No, Gail.
I never saw Gail. There was a few people I never saw.
So
But some of them it was okay that I didn't see. I did not see any of Don's dogs. They did not make an appearance.
Nope.
And that was a good thing. I think the only dogs I saw running around during the festival were walking with the guy from the crab plant. He was walking with one or two dogs that were off a leash.
Yeah.
So, which
Otter Creek.
which is not good because they were like going in and out of people's booths and walking through people's stuff.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's disrespectful.
But
And that's on the pet owner. So we got a pretty card. And this is from Annette Mars. Brett and Therese, have a blessed Christmas season and a wonderful New Year. Best wishes in your travels. From Corpus Christi, Texas.
thank you. That's so sweet.
Thank you.
I love getting those real Christmas cards. Not a lot of people
Very
send them
pretty.
out anymore.
So this will make it back to our
Oh,
cabin.
what's that one? I retired as a mechanic at the post office. I worked
Wow,
on those
that's a
Jeeps,
good job.
then the LLVs. Yes, they're always needing repairs, aren't they?
The same ones over and over and over again. Am I on your hair there?
Yes. Brett likes to clamp down on my hair and hold me hostage
You like
here.
to put your hair under my elbow.
This hair is out of control. Oh, that's a pretty card.
Here's another card. This is from Mary Dale.
Thank you, Mary. That's a
Please.
pretty card. I love it.
It says, Dear Madam Mayor and Brett, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Year's. Best wishes.
Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, Belinda was Mrs. Claus, and her husband Doug was Santa.
Santa.
So I know I got to get a picture with them, but I didn't get it printed out. What is this?
This came just before we left.
A contour gauge.
Contour gauge. So what this is, I believe, is
Everything is backwards.
think
y'all.
of putting in a floor, and you need to do a cut around. This will, you put the gauge, up against the wall, and it has little things, and it has little fingers that retract against the cutout, and then you can trace it and then cut it out. I think that's what that is. And that's from Annie Reed, so thank you, Annie.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
I had no idea what it was when she had first emailed me and was, oh, thank you, because my hair is completely in my eyes. I'm trying to grow my bangs out, and I'm at that stage where it's really bothering me. So I'm trying not to cut them, but yeah, they're like stabbing me right in the eyeballs. So I appreciate you trying to wipe those out of my eyes for me.
The hat's not helping either. There you go.
Is that better? So yeah, this is interesting, this gauge.
Yeah.
And then we got a gift from a lady that was staying at Shady Oaks and attending. Miss Linda.
This is Otter Creek, Florida.
That sourdough bread is the best. So good. So good. I want some more of it. I would like some sourdough pancakes as well. This is the cutest cup. So, Patriot for Life, Linda. Thank you so much for that.
You're crazy is showing you might ought to tuck that back in.
She also gave us these Oreo little cakes.
Oh, snack cakes. They were
that
good
were,
too.
of course they were good.
And guess what? A straw.
Oh, this little
With the
gauge
cleaner,
is quite
so-
interesting. Yes. Gotta have
Very
a good
nice.
straw.
Thank you.
This is pretty neat, this gauge. See, it's flexible. So if you need to put it around the logs, I've never seen that before.
That could come in handy, yeah.
Yeah, or you could just make pretty cool designs to draw on your paper.
Mm-hmm.
Either way. But that's pretty neat. Never seen one before, so thank you so much. That'll be helpful because as you saw in the log cabin, they didn't go around the logs with the drywall. So that is from Debbie Farmer. That's our little Christmas tree for the RV. It does light up. It's kind of hard to see.
It is lit up.
But everybody said that when we show stuff, it shows it
Not
backwards.
Lit up. Not lit. Lit up.
But that's good skills. So now you'll be like a mail carrier who has to read stuff upside down. And you develop a skill to read upside down. Now you just got to figure out how to see the stuff right side up.
And that's all we got from mail.
Or something of that nature.
Now,
So-
if there's anything you guys sent that you didn't see here, then it's probably in the box.
Yeah, it's waiting for us in Tennessee. So yeah, it was so great seeing everybody. And I know there's a t-shirt over there that Jessica had given to me, as well as this little jingle bell and this cute little bracelet. That was the shirt that Jessica gave me.
Elf Squad.
So thank you, Jessica. I didn't see you on here. You must be having fun somewhere.
You see
what-
on the north?
Yes. But it was so nice seeing Jessica and Jenny and Gina and Aunt Patty and Debbie Farmer and Christine Roman Noodles. That was another
Oh, yeah.
thing, is all the lovely food that everybody cooked at the schoolhouse. Christine Roman Noodles made these wonderful cannolis and meatballs and lasagna. And I know there was another nights that Debbie Farmer was cooking and we didn't get to eat some of it. I know she made a roast and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, it's just a wonderful group of ladies spoiling everybody. It was just wonderful. Was there anybody else I missed that was there?
I don't know. There's a lot of people.
And seeing Deanna.
Yeah.
I miss her, and it was just so great seeing everybody. And I saw Ellie, Belinda. I'm trying to think of anybody else I might have missed, but I got so many hugs. It's good for your mental health to get lots of hugs.
The Hudson Sisters booth. It looked delicious. She had a lot of jellies and pastries and stuff like that, but I don't know how they did.
And then they were giving out the backpacks
Right.
full of candy. So I think they did pretty good.
Yeah.
But, aw, flipping.
Yep.
But yeah, I definitely miss everybody. That's the hardest part about being away, is there's just so many good people that I miss, and you know, you get to see them and all the energy. It was so much fun. Just wonderful. and we don't get to see them enough, and it just makes it that much more special when we do get to see them.
Yeah.
So you just want to hug everybody and
Yep.
take a little piece of them with you in your heart.
Yeah, it was a fun week. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it really was.
Busy.
It went by
week.
fast, but we had a blast.
Yeah.
So much fun. And now this week, I don't know how long we're going to stay here because Brett's already getting antsy. He's got ants in his pants, so we might be out of here before the week is over. I don't know. Yes, you do. Some people's got to plan a trip to Tennessee.
Yeah, we do want to get back, but we'd like for it to cool off a little first. But
cool off?
I have to winterize.
Don't you mean warm up?
I mean warm up, but if we head north, I have to winterize again.
Right. So I don't know where we're headed next or how long we'll be here. Yeah. Not really sure. Yeah, because we were talking about going to Texas. Then Brett's talking about Alabama. Then he's talking about leaving before the week's over. So who knows?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm just going with the flow. Whatever Brett says.
There's supposed to be a Christmas parade with boats out here tonight.
Oh.
So we need to look out there when this is over and see if there's a parade. Do you see a parade? It might be too early.
No parade yet.
No parade yet.
New Year's Eve in Gatlinburg, and watch the ball drop from the Space Needle.
In Gatlinburg, that's icy roads in the mountains, right?
Probably.
That's a problem.
But yeah, wherever we go, it's gonna be fun. I know that. So
if
I'm excited.
If any of you guys are down around this area where we are, around Destin, Panama,
Corpus Christi, Flippin says we should go there.
Yeah, it's on the list. We thought about it.
We'll see what the man decides.
Yeah, we don't know. So we'll look at weather. We'll look at.
It's up to him.
What they have to do, like there and here, and how long we need to be here and how long to be there. It's a little bit of planning, but we haven't really looked that stuff up yet. So we need to do that probably tomorrow.
You know what I miss?
Figure out what we're doing.
That Jesus cake.
Oh yeah, that cake was good.
You know why? Publix.
Publix cake. You can never go wrong with a Publix cake.
Publix subs, Publix cake. Bam.
That's it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. My bangs need to hurry up and grow. I need some miracle grow for my bangs.
Well,
but since I got that, here I'll wear my hat like this and I'll be like, gangsta. I'm a gangsta elf. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. So sorry.
Rocket launch from Texas coming up. Sorry.
Oh, well, that would be cool.
They have a campground in Florida too, right across from Cape Canaveral. I can't remember the name of it. No, I can't remember the name of it. It's got a funny name, but it's like
I have never seen one of the launches.
It's like a military base, like a limited access type place. And then right across the bay from there, they do the launches. But I've seen some talk about it.
One of these days, we should go there.
We could. But
I'd love to see a launch.
That's on the other side of it.
Yeah, he's like, we're not going back in that direction.
We're not sure what we're doing. But the cool thing is, we can go wherever we want. We're not really on a timetable. We don't have to go to work Monday. We don't have anything pressing. Jamie
wants to know if you've ever been to Fort Benning.
Yep, it's now called Fort Moore, which is ridiculous. Moore? But I have been to Fort Benning. I was never stationed there, but my son was stationed there. And so we've been a couple times there.
Cape Canaveral.
They got a really nice museum there.
And you call yourself a Floridian, I know, right? Well, you know what? Living in Florida, working all the time, you don't get to visit anything.
Wilburns, I've read the U.S. Alabama. I think it's ported over in, not New Orleans, is it? No, Mobile. I think it's over in Mobile. I was reading that today, actually. I was looking at that.
It's okay, Nancy.
It popped up.
I don't mind. I've got thick skin.
Mobile.
But yeah, there's so many things in Florida I have yet to see. That's what I joke about all the time because
Flippin said the same
working
thing.
so much you don't get to see
The
anything.
USS Alabama in Mobile. That's not far from here. It's like an hour and a half drive.
But sometimes getting back to Florida to visit stuff doesn't seem like a possibility. Maybe next winter will be more organized and stuff like that.
Well, the problem with it too is everybody in the country is going to Florida at the same time.
Yeah, everybody wants to be in Florida during the winter time, so people book way out in advance.
And large groups of people and competing for space is not something that's enjoyable to me. So,
but at some point, I would absolutely like to visit some of the things in Florida. We'll see.
like when people win the lottery or something, the first thing they want to do? What do you want to do? I'm taking the family to Disney.
I thought that was just a joke.
Yeah, Disney's like the last place I'd want to go. They couldn't pay me to go to Disney. There's nothing there that interests me. It's crowds, it's lots of money.
For me personally, the funnest thing about going to Disney or any of those places is the group that you go there with. To be honest with you.
Well,
because if you go there with the wrong group of people,
miserable.
You are not going to have a good time.
Nope.
But if you go there with the right group of people, you can have a blast. So I would like to go back there at some point with a fun group of people and have me some fun.
But to me, and this is
but it's so expensive.
Everything's expensive. It's not just one thing. They say the park hopper pass. That doesn't get you everything.
Then you gotta have
food,
the fast
you gotta buy
pass.
Parking. You gotta pay even more to get in line, or you'll never get up to the ride. Like the fast pass, and they charge for the different levels.
And if you go there in the
passes.
summertime, it's so bloody hot.
It wouldn't be nothing for us to drop $5,000 there on a weekend. And I just can't see anything there that's worth it. Not to me.
You don't like Mickey Mouse that much?
No.
What about Donald Duck?
They're all made up fictional characters. To me, it's got to be real. I don't care about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all that. I mean, it's made up characters.
Universal. Yeah, Universal is fun. Busch Gardens is fun. I actually think there's so many other more fun parks than Disney, to be honest.
I'd rather be camping right here than be at Disney, to be honest. Absolutely honest with you.
Vegas. I've never been to Vegas yet.
I've driven through.
I'd like to visit for sure.
But didn't stop.
I have a lot of places on my list. A lot. But yeah, Disney is super expensive and it can be super hot. Busch Gardens is a blast. I haven't been there in quite a long time.
I've been to the Busch Gardens in Virginia.
I can tell you it's funner going to those places with a group of adults than going with a bunch of little children. Because some people take children when they're too small. Mm-hmm. And the kids are whiny and they're not really going to remember much of the trip.
They're not going to remember none of it.
It's funner when they're older, that's for sure. So, what else you got?
That's it. I was just reading the Fort Benning comment.
Oh.
And that's I've told you about that museum. They have
Yeah, he talks about it all the time.
They have this helicopter near the very beginning.
I haven't been to the one in Virginia yet.
You walk in and immediately you're in a war zone. There's a helicopter and there's lights and there's bombs going off.
I'm glad I'm not working at the post office.
Machine gun fire and there's radio communications going on. It feels real. That's a pretty neat museum.
A lot of pickpockets. Yeah, you got to watch out for those. If they pick my pockets, they're going to get some of my Kleenex.
I'd get arrested.
I don't keep anything else in there.
Because I'm not going to stand for that. I got my space, you got your space, and we're fine. You get in my space, I'm not going to get in your space. So if you get in mine, we're going to have a problem. It's common courtesy. If you're in my pockets, you're in my space.
Oh, well, if they need a Kleenex that bad, all they had to do was ask.
Ask for it.
They can have my lint. Exactly.
I have a movie theater too. I don't know if I watched the movie theater in there. Maybe
New York City. I haven't been there in a minute.
That's another place that does not.
But I had a lot of fun when I was there.
Too crowded, too many people, not interested.
Yeah.
I have never, never lived in a big city. Never.
Sometimes me and Brett are so far off of the scope of things. Like I have a blast whenever I go to New York or some of these different places, but I don't see that he ever would go to those places.
Ruby Falls is on our. We've driven by it a few times.
So me and Brett are quite a bit different.
We both like outdoorsy places. We both don't like crowds. but you'll put up with it in order to see an event. Where I'm not. That event has to really be something like stupendous.
I didn't say I want to live there, but I enjoy visiting there. That's the difference for me. I can go visit in a lot of places or go to a crowded place or those things, but I don't want to live there or be there permanently.
Yeah.
So, but I'll have fun when I'm there.
I would have fun going snow skiing, but
I've never done that before.
I don't have the winter gear for it. So, I mean, I'd have to rent everything and then we'd have to buy a bunch of clothes.
Oh, well.
But, I mean, I do like snow skiing.
You just put on your underoos and go.
You need a lot. You need to be in layers.
You get Spider-Man underoos, you're good to go.
But yeah.
Publix carrot cake is the best.
Oh yeah.
You know when they give you a free bar cake or a gallon, half gallon ice cream for your birthday if you're joined up to get the emails and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's the one I would pick every year is the carrot bar cake. Yeah. It is so good. I love it.
And you know what's really good on it is the vanilla bean ice cream. Even if you don't like vanilla bean by itself, vanilla bean is the right taste flavor for that carrot cake. Oh my goodness. To die for.
Or apple pie.
Or apple pie.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry, y'all, for some bad stuff. Yep.
Oh, Minnesota.
See, flipping nose too. It's the only one to choose.
She's
That's
been around
right.
the world, hasn't she?
That's right. Love me some carrot cake. Now I feel like I need to go to Publix and get one of those and some vanilla bean ice cream. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm going to get for Christmas?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know, y'all. I don't think I'm getting
brothel.
Anything.
Is that brothel? Or is that broth, Alabama? With no space.
Oh, like a soup broth? Even Jesus loves the carrot cake.
Oh, absolutely.
At Publix.
You might get lost in the carrot cake.
You could be a little cake topper. Yeah. All right.
Yep. You ready to wrap it up?
It's that time to let all these fine people go enjoy the rest of their day.
Yep.
I also wanted to thank all our members. I know we did a video with them when we were decamping in Otter Creek, and we do a video with them once a week. Thank you so much to all our subscribers. We love you guys. And don't forget to check to make sure you're still subscribed and getting your notifications.
And don't forget that thumbs up.
Yep. Sometimes you have to unsubscribe and resubscribe if you notice that you're not getting those notifications. Make sure you hit the all when you get on there to get all those notifications. And if you want to be a member, you can click the join button. There are 2 levels. We appreciate everybody and all your support. We love you guys and hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a lot of beautiful memories with friends, family, loved ones.
And be prepared to share with us on our next live what it is you got from Santa for Christmas.
Yep. And don't forget, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Yes.
And without Easter, there wouldn't be no significance for Christmas. His birth.
Right.
So just remember, it's not about the presents. Even though it's nice to receive things, there is a bigger reason for the holiday, and that is when our Savior was born. So it is something you might want to think about, or watch the Peanuts, because you know that's the best place to hear the story. I know I have fond memories of growing up as a child watching the Peanuts episode. So I know whenever they play that, it just reminds me of those days when I was little sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah.
Love the Peanuts gang.
Yeah.
But thank you, Jesus, for all you did for all of us. We love you and we love everybody out there. So spread the love, give some hugs, some smiles, and find out different ways that you can make a difference in your community.
Yep.
And we love you guys.
And thanks, mods, for what you do.
Yes, thank you to all our mods for keeping this a happy place with good, positive comments. We love you all. Be kind to each other.
And don't go flipping people off.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah. Give out hugs.
Hugs.
Hugs and love.
Hugs and good to see you and God bless you.
Don't believe all the lies you hear.
Can't believe anything that comes out of their mouth.
No.
Anyway,
I don't even recommend
I
any of that.
digress.
Bye, y'all.
You guys
Love you so much.
Yep, you guys
have a Merry
great
Christmas.
And we'll see you on the other side.
We'll see you before the new year.
Yes. Bye,
Love
guys.
you.
Love you guys.